welcome to another money morning routine. Okay, a lot to show you today. The first thing I was doing is I got updated with my checking account expenses. So a couple of different transactions came out. I had my home security come out for $67, now Avista. So Avista came out for $1,165. Avista is my utilities. The reason it is so high, it will not be this high going forward very often. Remember, I got off comfort level billing a couple of months ago, and I would say about a little over $500 of this bill was paying off an account balance that I had because I was on that comfort level billing. And it was just, we owed money just the way that we were averaging out where we were in our cycle of our comfort level billing. So I talked to an Avista representative who did say that would be the last of paying off that account balance. Going forward, I should be in the range of between $500 to $800. You can see on my budget here that I am budgeting $800. Where's my Avista? So I knew it was happening here. I knew it was going to happen here, but I usually budget around, if I go back to July, I wonder if it's on there. Nope, that one is not there either. Let's go into September. I budget around $800 every single month. And because I am now budgeting the fluctuations of my utilities on my own, if it's under $800, I'm going to be sticking it into an Avista savings account. And then when it's higher, I'm going to dip into that savings account. So it's a revolving savings account where I'm going to be saving, using. So I did plan for that though, because I did say, hey, I was going to use $366 of my house maintenance fund to help me cover some of that Avista. But you know what? I'm looking at my checking account cushion right now, and it looks like I should be okay. We'll have to see when we get closer to the end of the month. I should be okay, but let's go ahead and write these down on my budget. So Peloton has not come out. Yes, it has $47.56. So write that down. Joint account for our investments has come out. Avista has come out for 1165.63. Home security just came out for $67.15. Okay. So the reason I wanted to get updated with that is because looking at, okay, what do I have still that has to come out? Well, we have, car insurance, but that's not going to renew until the 26th. I should probably move my car insurance sinking fund into my checking account to prepare for that. But besides that, I have $103 for YouTube, life insurance for $9, and Netflix for $25. So if you're looking at this, we're looking at about, I'll say on the safe side, $140. If I go back to where I am, so $1,043 is left right now in my checking account. Minus the $140, I'm going to be at like $900. I'm still fine with that for my checking account cushion. So just basing it off, just guessing and looking at, well, not guessing, but estimating here, I don't think I'm going to have to use my house maintenance fund. I think using my checking account cushion was fine. So that was my checking account. The next thing that I need to get updated with is my cash spending. I did have some cash spending. Pets, I'm at 0. Household, I'm still at my 20. Let's see, fun, I'm at 30. Miscellaneous, I'm at 50 still. And beauty, I'm at 0. I spent some money on food yesterday. I was going to record it for a reel, but when I have Dante in the store, I just want to get in and out. And if you have a toddler, you know what I mean. I've also been saving these little coupons like this one. We do use the all free and clear. This was to get $2.50 off, but it expires 9/17, so I have to remember to use that. I did get another one when I was shopping. This one is for Gerber. Save $4 on any 8 Gerber food or beverage products, including the Get'ems. I mean, we get the Gerber oatmeal sometimes for Dante. So I'm like, oh, but I should probably pay attention to the expiration dates. My thing is, and here's what I've learned with couponing, I don't want to go buy something just because I have a coupon. That's not how couponing works. you should have a coupon for what you're already going to buy. Like, I'm not an extreme couponer where I have like a bunker full of stuff. I just want a coupon for what I'm already going to buy. So I don't need the free and clear, so I'm not going to buy it. To me, that's spending money, not saving money. So anyways, let's count how much, because you can see my Fred Meyer receipt. Let's count how much I have left in my food envelope. So I have $5.75 here. So $5.75. I'm going to write that down before I forget it. $5.75. And you can see I spent $157.80 here on my receipt. I'm just going to round up to 158 minus 158. Yesterday was 818 Fred Meyer. Okay, so I didn't see any fives in there, so I'm going to put my cash back in my food envelope. Hey, $5.75 is not bad for being at the 18th of the month, or now the 19th, I should say. That's not bad. All right, so write that down on my cash expense tracker. 818 Fred Meyer, food 158. Okay, so that has been updated. So all of my cash spending now has been updated. I'm gonna scan this ginormous receipt into Fetch Rewards. Oh, I gotta put my little coupons, just in case I need to buy any of this, back in my food envelope. So now cash and checking account spending has been done. Let's go over to my September budget. Now, September, yesterday, I did mention on my Instagram that I needed to get my bills onto my calendar, which I did. And I needed to complete my September budget, which I did. I also took it a step further and filled out my cash envelope breakdown. So let's go over this for a second. First, let's look at September. So in September, you can see over here in my important dates, we have a wedding that we're attending on the 6th. We're going to be traveling to Yellowstone and Teton National Park the 7th through the 12th. And then Toby's birthday is on the 20th. So those are the major things happening in September. Let's see, we have their wedding. I have a 15-mile trail race on the 7th. And then we're leaving for Yellowstone for that week there. And then we have Toby's birthday on the 20th. Chris has a golf tournament on the 27th. So it's a lot going on. There's a kind of like a vendor thrift type of event happening. It's called Market in the Mountains that I really wanted to go and try to attend, which is the last kind of weekend of the month. So we'll see there. And back to school starts for us at the end of August, not in September. I wasn't aware that they took a week off of summer break and they're adding it to winter break. I didn't know they were going to do that. So that's okay. My theme doesn't really go anymore, but that's all right. So when it comes to my budget, I decided I was going to completely cash flow the wedding. We might just get the wedding gift from our joint checking account, which is the way that it's looking like right now. I do have $900 that I'm going to be taking from our Yellowstone sinking fund. If you look at the beginning of my book here, let's go to that for a second. This is my Yellowstone budget. And the things in yellow, these things have been completed and paid for. So it was $1,900 for housing. I spent $705 on flights, but $300 of that I covered with my points or my rewards. Transportation, which was our rental car, $530, $230 rental car. I believe that means I paid with my rewards for that. And then activities, I already paid for our activities inside Yellowstone. Those are tours and things like that. Those have been paid for. And all of that was paid with my Pine Manor natural income. The things in white, I still need to pay for. So I plan on spending $500 on food, $300 on any type of spending, souvenirs, maybe a sweatshirt, something like that. And then I always have $100 in miscellaneous. Now, I will say I do have an extra $300 in that Yellowstone sinking fund past this if I absolutely need to. This is kind of bare minimum right now. And so I think we can make this work. So this $900 for the food, spending, and miscellaneous, I have in my September budget right here. So Yellowstone, and I'm spending it right here. Now, I didn't put down the wedding because I'm pretty sure we're going to get that gift from our joint checking account. But also, I made a note here that September is going to be the last month for my Yellowstone sinking fund because we're taking that vacation. And so I want to add anything that I was saving for Yellowstone is now going to be added to the Arizona savings. And so you can see in September, October, and that will only be one month, and that will be October. So October, I'll be able to save, it looks around $300, a big chunk there for our October trip to Arizona. And then those two are done. And then Christmas is done. And then pretty much I'm starting my sinking funds all over again. I did mention in my Instagram that I am starting my looking at sinking funds for 2026 already and what that's going to look like in my life. So yes, that's my September budget. It is done. It's complete. If you haven't started yet, get your September calendar done so you can then fill out your September budget, that first paycheck budget of September, get it done. All I have to fill out now is I have to get my September cash envelopes made, and I have to fill out my handy dandy teller slip for my cash envelope breakdown, and that's all I have left prepping for September. So pretty good. And that is my Monday morning routine.